end of August, I was on some apps like Incense,
Mhm.
Coley, and all that stuff, and I got some deals. I got one deal at the end of August. So like August was my first month, but I didn't really make that much money in August. I made 250. That was my first really trying. But I was like, I made that relatively like easy. So I was like, if I barely did anything and I made 250, like what could I do if I actually put like time into it? So then September, I also started school back up. So I've been a full-time student as well. And I was like, how am I going to do this? But things just started rolling in, mainly through apps, honestly. And like, I kind of wanted to steer away from apps because I don't really like the terms of them. Like they usually get it in perpetuity and all that stuff. And the deal size is less usually, but I'm like, whatever, I'll take what I can get right now. So I started getting deals come in, and then I made a goal for myself to hit 3K in UGC, and I actually did. And like my first like month actually trying was 3K, and I hit it like on the dot, which is like super weird. I don't know how it happened that way. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, I thought it would be a little bit less or a little bit more, but like I actually, when I tallied it all up, it was 3K. I'm like, oh my God, how did I do that? So that was my first month actually trying. Like August is when I kind of did, but I don't really count that because I maybe spent a week, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. I love to hear that. So are all of those from apps that added up to that 3,000?
No. So like I would say the apps was, I honestly could probably pull it up, but I want to say maybe like 1,000 to 1,200.
Mhm.
And then I had one through your Facebook group. Like your Facebook group has been really good.
Awesome.
Um, so actually, my biggest one came from your Facebook group.
Wow, how much was that one, if you don't mind me asking?
The first time was 1,000.
Okay,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I love to hear that. We're always trying to push out more and more opportunities in the group. That's like one of my biggest goals, especially like going into the new year, because
Mhm.
I just think it like takes out a lot of work for you guys, especially it just helps you like build that all up. So that's amazing. How did you finish that project?
Yeah, and then I guess it did well, and they reached out to me again to work with me again. So
Oh, that's awesome. What was the second deal with them?
2,500.
Stop. That's
Yeah,
amazing. How
yeah.
many videos?
In total, with like hooks, everything, 9.
Okay, that's
It's a
incredible.
lot, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like in the beginning, that's kind of what you have to do and like build those relationships and kind of build your reputation in a way, just to like,
Yeah.
and it's really just on your portfolio where it really matters. I know in the group you mentioned you did 2.5K in the first week of, was it September?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2.5K. Yes, that was because that was my 1,000 from that big deal. I got another one that was like maybe 350 or something that wasn't from an app. And then the rest were apps. And truly it was Incense. Like I've had the most success with Incense. Like Coley I've tried. I've never got anything back from Coley. Incense is where I've gotten like the large amount of my work.
Okay, I'm always interested like which apps people are getting deals from because I know everyone has a slightly different experience.
Yeah.
And then what is your October looking like?
So September I made 3K on the dot. October, I'm like really bad. I should probably be more organized with this. But October is, if it's not 3, it's a little bit over 3. So it's like consistent. Like I'm making at least another 3,000.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I can let you know like once I add it all up. But I know it's at least 3,000 because I got 25 from this one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So I guess my next question is like, what are your goals with UGC? Do you have any like goal? Because I know your first goal was 3,000 and goal setting is so important. I'm so happy you do that.
Yeah.
What are your next goals?
So because I've made 3K, like I know that October is going to be 3K because like I said, I got 25 and there's one for 300, another one. Like I know that I'm making over 3K, if not like just maybe 31, 32, I don't know. Very similar to September. Like before the end of the year, I would like to be like at least hit like a 5K month. And I don't think that's like too far off to like do just because of, I don't know. I feel like like there could be days or like weeks where like things like seem very, I don't like maybe like dry or like whatever, but then like something will just come up and I'm like, okay, I did not expect that. Like I didn't expect the brand to come back to me. I don't know. I feel like it's doable. It's just I'm in school right now too. Like I'm a full-time student taking the max courses you can take in my school. So it's like I'm juggling it all, which is also pretty cool that I was able to do it while juggling full-time school. So I don't know. I would say that my goal for the at least the end of the year would be to hit like 5K.
Yeah, that's
I want
amazing.
to have a 5K month. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think you can do it. And congrats on juggling that with school. That's amazing. Um, do you, after school, do you want to continue UGC or do you have a goal of doing UGC full time or it's just kind of like you'll see how it goes?
So I don't really know because I just started like making money with UGC. Like this is the first thing that I've done on my own that's like made this much money this fast. Like I've done coaching and like I've made money with coaching, but this fast, it like UGC has like trumped that. And like I would like to do UGC full time. I just don't know how long I would want to do it for. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I really see myself doing UGC for like 5 years. Like I don't really know. What I would like is like for UGC to be something that like helps, like lets me save and invest in other things that make me more money. Like that's my goal.
That's so smart. I love that. And then as someone who is successful with UGC and especially so fast, is there any guidance or advice you would give to someone who is just starting?
It feels weird to say because I literally just started, but I would say that like literally I'm an example. Like I just started and 2 months ago, 3 months ago, like I wouldn't have imagined like me even be on this call to like talk about my success. So like it would just be to just get started because even with my own TikTok, like I've kind of documented my journey and like something that like some people will say is like, oh, like I wish I could just get started or whatever. And I'm like, you can, like you just have to actually do it, right? Like whenever I see people like have wins, especially in the Facebook group, whenever I see people have wins, I feel like there's people that take that and they feel like negative, like, oh, like, why can't I reach that? And then there's people that look at it as inspiration. And I'm like really thankful that I'm the person that views it as inspiration because I'm like, okay, if this person can do it, like I can do it too. It's just a mentality that I have. So it would just be like, just get started. And even if you have to create like a separate TikTok that like everyone you know is blocked from, because that's what I did. I don't want anyone to know what I'm up to until it's successful. So like I created a new TikTok, I blocked everyone I knew, and that's the only way I was able to like do it and like not care, you know what I'm saying? Like show up authentically. And I think be successful in it so far. Like just get started and not care because you're not gonna ever reach any level of success if you don't like start and take that first step.
Yeah. I love that you said like some people will look at other people's success as like, you know, like the comparison part I think is really hard. So that is so important to have that mentality of like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it too. I'm like wired the same way.
Yeah.
It makes me like more motivated because I'm like, I know I can do it because I just watched someone else do it.
Yeah.
So I love that. That's such a good point and takeaway. Do you think that you would have been able to like have that success without purchasing a course, or do you feel like that was a major part in getting the success that quickly?
I think that it was honestly like a major success because I'm the type of person that thinks that if I want to be like somewhere, I would rather pay the money and like learn from someone who's there, because it's like you either pay in time or you pay in money, like, you know what I'm saying? So like I would rather like pick someone's brain and like get a course that'll like, even with Etsy, like I know this is not about Etsy, but even with that, I bought a course to help me with Etsy and I already made money through Etsy. Like, so like the course has been really big, and then also your Facebook group that comes with the course has been like really, really good too. So I think I think that it's paid for itself.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. I love that. I'm the same way. Like time is money.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, where do I want to spend my time and like be the most efficient with it? What's your favorite part about the Facebook group?
So I love that like there's other people in there that you can like, if you ever have any questions, like I'm in there and I'll ask like random questions if I'm ever stuck on something, whether it's a contract or like anything. I love that, being able to collaborate with other people, and then also just like the opportunities that are in there.
Yeah, I love that. I'm trying to push those. Is there any part of the course that you found like the most beneficial?
I don't know. I don't know if there was like one specific part, like maybe the building out of the portfolio And then also like the negotiating aspect of it. Cause like I feel like the portfolio was really important because like that, like, okay, that's what I'm gonna be sending to brands for them to see my work. So that was important. But then also like knowing how to even reach out to brands because I had no idea what I was doing. So like that was also really helpful as well as the contract too. Like knowing that. Yeah.
Yeah, the contract part I think is huge because that could be like so overwhelming. Did you have any hesitations about starting? And what were those?
Like for one, I didn't know how I felt about like having my face on like certain ads, but that's also why I don't really have that anymore because like I won't work with a brand that I don't like. If I wouldn't want someone to see me backing this brand, like I won't work with them. So I don't really have that hesitation anymore. But originally that's what it was. Is like if I wanted to like put my name on certain brands, you know?
Yeah, no, that's.
And I also like was worried about the like I guess the I don't know what the word is, like the integrity of it. I'm like, what if I'm pushing a brand that I don't like? But I have not done that like yet, and I don't plan on doing that. Like I will only work with brands that I actually want to work with and I believe in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do feel like UGC is just growing and growing and growing, and to the point where there's a lot of larger brands that are having like a UGC section of their influencer budget. So it's just really cool to see like larger brands actually doing it. So you can work with these brands that you actually do like, but of course it takes time to like get to that level. So have you gotten inbounds or is everything kind of like outbound?
So I have gotten some inbounds. One of them was gifted. One of them was just way too little. Like if they wanted to pay me $30 a video. So I'm like, I mean, no. So I didn't do that. And then I've gotten, I don't know, I've maybe gotten a handful. And I was starting to see more inbounds trickling in as I was more consistent with TikTok. But it's been really hard for me to like, I'm full-time school, I'm doing TikTok. Like I still have my coaching clients. Like it's hard for me to be consistent on TikTok. That's why I've been trying to post my work where I can. And that's why I was asking you about that, about this one video because it was a really good video. And like, I feel like if other brands saw that, you know, I would have a better chance of like getting a little bit more inbounds maybe in that specific niche. So yeah, mainly the deals I've been getting have been through apps and the Facebook group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any like aha moments or like realizations as you were like going through UGC or like surprises?
Yeah, because the first few deals I had were through apps like Incense, and they were all like $100 for this video, maybe $300, but it's for like 4 videos. Like when I got my own deals that were not through an app, like there was way more money for less work. So I'm like, wait a minute, like I don't want to be on these apps. Like it's great because like I'm still getting like deals and I'm getting paid for them, but I really want to grow my socials and like have more inbounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to constantly be chasing when like I know I create good content. It's just like hard to get in front of those right brands that are willing to pay.
Yeah. No, that's so true. And I think you did it the right way, like starting small. I feel like everyone kind of has to start that way. Like my first deal was like 5 videos, but they were $70 each. Yeah. And really quickly I was like, I need to charge more. Like this is a lot of work. And then like you start to get there and there's really like no cap or limit. And that's why I love it. Cause it's not like, oh, the max is $1,000. It's like there are people charging over that. So I love that. Do you have any other like questions or just kind of like comments to other aspiring creators?
I don't think I have any questions, but it would literally just be kind of what I said before, just like get started because to be honest, like I didn't expect to have this much success in like the first month, 2 months. And like I essentially replicated what I did in September and October, like being extremely busy, and we're not in November yet, but I'm just like curious to see what November looks like.
I'm just so happy for you. Genuinely, I'm so excited.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate like your course in the group because honestly, like I don't think I would have had the same level of success that I've had at least this quickly, like if it wasn't for it. So thank you.